YouTube, what is going on? My name is Sweat if you guys are new, and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. Today's video is the one that a lot of you guys have been requesting, the Season 8 best console settings, best controller settings, whatever you want to call it. You can use these on controller, and this will definitely make you a better player. And you know what? Since I do a bunch of these settings videos, and since my settings don't really change too much from season to season, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you a couple different like sensitivities, response curves, things that I've dabbled around with in the past that I know work very well, and I know they're proven to work really well over a large player base, okay? Because a lot of you have seen my past settings videos. A lot of you have said that they've helped you in one way or another. So what I want to do is bring you all the best settings in one video for Season 8, because I know the settings are going to be pretty similar to last season. But before we get into the settings, I want you guys to comment why exactly you're looking up this video, why you're wandering on this side of YouTube towards the Apex Legends best settings. Are you struggling with your aim, your movement? What is it? Let me know down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, the settings, the gameplay tab here. We have interact prompt style. I have that put to default, okay? Compact just really hides a bunch of information from you. I like it on default. And if you're a newer player, I would definitely recommend default. If you're a more advanced player, you don't really like clutter on your screen, then I would pick compact for this one. Onto button hints, I have this on off. This really just shows what console you're playing on, or if you're playing on an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller. It really doesn't matter, so I have that turned off. Crosshair damage feedback, okay? I made a video on this a while back stating that I feel like it gives you a little more aim assist having it on X with shield icon. Now, obviously, if you don't like aim assist, you don't like that at all, put that on off, and that will... I'll give you a little sneak peek. There's no X in the middle of your screen when you're shooting the enemies, when you have it on off. Watch when I turn it on. You see that X in the middle of my screen when I'm shooting this guy? That's what that does. And I feel like it helps keep your aim on target rather than having it off. It just feels weird to me. So on to the damage numbers. I did a video on this, having this set to off. The reason that I do not prefer having this off, okay, is pretty simple. Let's say I shoot a guy once for 11 damage, okay? You know exactly how much damage you're doing right there. If I turn this off, no clue. No clue, unless you're looking at the health bar, which nobody's gonna know exactly how much damage. Like, I shoot this guy already. Precisely 63 off shield. Like, you're not gonna be able to call out to your teammates what damage you're doing. Instead, I did 77, 22, 11, 22 on the guy in mid. You know what I mean? You need to be able to call out specific numbers to your teammates. So that is why I have that on stacking. Ping opacity, I have that on faded. I like to be able to see through my pings. I don't like them to just take up my whole screen. So let's say you ping something across the map over here. You can see through what you're pinging, right? So I ping right there. You can see right through it. You see how it's a little bit faded when you aim in. If you have that on, what is the other option? Default, that'll stick around for a while, and it will be fully opaque. Most of the, what the frick does that mean? Fully opaque? What? Anyways, keep that unfaded, guys. Obituaries on. I just like to see who I kill sometimes. If it's a buddy, then you can throw him a nice little friendly teabag or whatever. Minimap rotation, I have that on off. I don't like my minimap rotating. Weapon auto cycle on empty, I have that off. I do not like to be reloading my weapons if I'm not the one reloading them. I don't like the game to be doing it for me. So that's why I have that off. Auto sprint I have on, and the only reason I really have this on, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, is to spin the kunai. If you want to know how to spin the kunai, or really any heirloom, all you really got to do is make sure your weapon inspect button is on the left D-pad. And while you're running, you can just hold down the left analog stick and move your right thumb over and just keep hitting it to spin the kunai. So that's how you do that. That is why I have auto sprint on. That is the only reason. I know a lot of people don't like auto sprint on, so I mean, it's kind of preference. Double tap to sprint, I have that off. I do not enjoy that. Incoming damage feedback on 3D. Taking damage closes death box menu, I have that off. I definitely recommend having this off if you like to shield swap, and you really do need to have this off in order to shield swap. So I recommend having that off. Hop up, pop up, I have that on. It just tells you what pop up, hop up, pop up, hop up, pop up drop up, it tells you what hop up you're using. Okay, so pretty helpful. Got streamer mode, I have that off right now. Anonymous mode, I have that enabled so that I don't get stream sniped or do whatever, or people hunting down my name. But if you're not really a streamer or not a YouTuber, then that really won't matter to you. Usage sharing, I have that enabled. Performance display, I have that off. I just don't like seeing it on the right of my screen. I have a pretty consistent ping, so I have that off. Club invites I have enabled. Colorblind mode, this is a big one here, folks. Tritanopia, I love having it on Tritanopia, and what it really does is makes your reticle yellow. It also makes Watson fences yellow. It makes things very easy to see from across the map, and that is why I like to have that setting on. We scroll down very slowly here. Subtitles I have off. Subtitle size on normal. Enable accessible chat features off. Convert incoming voice to chat text I have off. Onto the controller settings now. My button layout is on default. I will warn you guys though, I do have a scuff controller, so if you want to maybe crouch spam or do whatever you need to do with a normal controller, maybe put this on button puncher, button jumper, or bumper jumper, ninja, whatever you guys prefer on that. The stick layout I have on default. Interact reload button is on tap. I don't like to hold it down the entire time. My crouch button is on hold, and the one downside of having my crouch button on hold with a scuff controller is that when I go to respawn somebody, I can't stay down on the ground and crouch. Okay, so that's the one downside. The upside is that you can crouch spam like absolute, like a madman. Look at this. It's really, really hard to hit you when you're crouch spamming like this, and with a scuff controller, it makes it a lot easier. Does mess up your accuracy a little bit, so if you run into a good enemy, it's really going to help you out. So I would recommend having that on hold if you have a scuff controller, and if not, I would put that on toggle. There's still a lot of other ways to crouch spam. Definitely on toggle if you don't have that scuff. Aim button, I have this on hold. I don't like it on toggle. Trigger dead zones, make sure you have this on none. It is very important to get your bullets out of your weapon as fast as possible, and the second you hit your trigger, that is going to activate. It's going to shoot your weapon. Menu cursor speed, I have this about 1/4 of the way up. I just prefer it. It's a very comfortable setting in my for my play style, and I'm just used to it. So moving on to look sensitivity here, I'm not going to give you one sensitivity, not two, not three, but 4 sensitivities. Okay, the look sensitivity and the ADS, 4 combinations that I know work well because I've used each and every one of these in the past seasons. Okay, number 1 is going to be 5-3, number 2 6-3, number 3 5-4, and number 4 is going to be 6-4. Okay, so we got 5-3, 5-4, 6-3, and 6-4. Try all of those out. One of them is guaranteed going to work for you guys, and those are also, I believe, the most popular controller settings, if I'm not mistaken. If you bump that shit up all the way to 5, pardon my language, the look sensitivity all the way to 5, you're going to have a hard time aiming down sights from deep, from far away. The farther the enemies are away from you, the lower you have the sensitivity, it's going to be easier to shoot them. And I'm not saying put this on 1 or 2. Okay, do not put it lower than 3. 3 is the lowest you should go, because up close you at least want to have it on 3 so you can track enemies. Per optic settings, I have it on obviously the 5-3 up top. I have these on. I have it on number 1 times optic iron sights, 3, 2 times 4, 3 times 4, 4 times 4, 6 times 5, 8 times 5, and 10 times I have on 5. Onto the response curve. Okay, I'm going to recommend 2 of these, classic and linear. Linear is better up close for gunfights. It's more accurate, I will say, but classic is better from far away. And if you're going to have classic on, I would recommend either putting on no dead zone or small dead zone. And if you are on linear, you need to have this on small, because if you put this on none, your stick drift is ridiculous. Look at this. I'm not even touching anything. Look at how bad that stick drift is. You do not want the stick drift to be that bad, so you put that on small, and look, doesn't move at all. And you can be very accurate from close range with linear. Like I said, I have this on classic though, because I like using weapons from far away, especially in ranked. You need to have a weapon from far away and close range to narrow the gap. So that is why I have my settings the way they are right now. Movement dead zone, I would recommend having that on small unless you have a terrible controller. Have that on small. Inverted look off, vibration off. That is a no-go for me, and advanced look controls are going to be off this season. Onto the video settings, we have the brightness on medium. We have the field of view jacked all the way up to 110. Do not put this anywhere lower than 90. You're going to regret it. I know a couple people do play lower than 90, but you need to be able to see your surroundings. So that is why I have that jacked all the way up to 110 so I can see the max surroundings. I don't know what this is. Apply that. Sprint view shake, I have that on minimal. You do not want that on normal. Make sure to keep that on minimal. And the audio settings are personal preference, 100, 100, 0, 0, off and off for me. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you learned anything at all, make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And make sure towards the end of the season, middle of the season, a week later, a day later, make sure to tell me if any of these settings helped you, or if they didn't help you, tell me why exactly you think they didn't help you. And anyways, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.